Okay, greetings students. This is Pilates II, and this is Class B. Class B. And so rock a little on your sitting pads and get up in your neutral spine and pelvis. Check you're bracing those low abdominals, lifting your back pant waist to work that back side of the core engaging. Lift your side waist muscles a little up away from your hip bones. Widen your collarbone across the front so we have that nice openness. Earlobe over shoulder, shoulder over pelvis. And then let's take a couple of breaths here. Inhale through the nose, press out, exhale down. Two more. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhale, stay, and lift straight up with palms toward each other. Reach from the waist, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 2 more, 5, 6, and then interlace the fingers behind the head, elbows side diagonal. Shrug the shoulders, inhale, glide the shoulders down, press a little bit back without disturbing your head, not pulling the neck forward, and keeping your lowest ribs a little bit knitted together. And release to diagonal. Inhale, shrug. Exhale, glide the shoulders down the back shoulder blades down the ribs, and press a little, just for that little bit of stretch. Release. Arm side. Lateral bend, up and out and over. Feel that direct side body stretch. And lift from your bottom waist. Inhale, up and out to the side. Reach through the edge of your arm. Feel your whole side body. Make sure your head is with the curve of your spine. Once more each side. Inhale, up and out. Exhale. Inhale, lift from the waist. Exhale. Last time. Inhale, up and out. Nice stretch. And back to center, arms forward. We'll do a little spine stretch here. Keep your pelvis anchored in neutral. Don't let it rock or tip forward. We're only curving from the top of the head to the waist, and we roll forward. Inhale, prepare tall. Nod, up and over, curve, roll forward, fingertips sliding along your floor. Inhale, scoop your low belly, roll up, stacking those bones, and return to neutral. Once more, inhale, up and over, curve, roll down smoothly. Inhale and exhale to roll it up. And come back to center. Now you're gonna bring the soles of the feet together, grab your shins. Make sure the feet are out a little bit, don't jam them up. And find your sitting bones again in your neutral spine against your wall so that you have that elongation in the back body. And now we C curve, which means we're making that capital C, curving backward, but by hollowing and scooping the abdominals in and under the ribs. So we inhale tall, hollow, scoop, and C curve. Round forward. That's your spine stretch position. Lengthen from the tailbone to the top of the head, getting that flat back. You have to come up high enough that you can get your head in alignment and your back elongated. If you don't come up high enough, you'll be hunkered. And we want that length from your tailbone to the top of the head, and then bring it all center. Scoop up and back, C curve. Round forward. Lengthen high diagonal. And bring it to center. All right, let's do one more little exercise. Seated, grab your folded hand towel lengthwise, come back to your cross-legged position, neutral, and arms straight right across from solar plexus. That's, remember, the base of the breastbone. Widening the collarbone, keeping shoulders placed, gliding the shoulder blades against the back ribs, as if you're putting the tips of your shoulder blades into the pockets of your pants, if you had pockets on your back pants. And we reach forward and up with the edges of the arms elongating, maintaining the shoulders down and the wide collarbone. Bend to the top of the back of the head with the towel, being careful not to pull the head forward, and then stretch straight up, gliding the shoulder blades down the back ribs and forward to hover. Inhale, up. Exhale, bend, stretch, gliding those shoulder blades, and forward to hover. One more. Inhale, bend, exhale. This time, stretch up and stay. Feeling that length, but shoulders down. Lift out of your side waist, up and out to a side, tiny side dip, and back to center. Do not twist, just dip directly side, lateral bend, but it's very small. Keeping your sitting bones anchored, do not tip your pelvis as you go sideward with your upper body, and dip up and out and back to center and bring it down. Place your towel down, come off your sitting pads, move them to the side, and grab your little spacer to put between your knees, either your ball or folded or rolled towel. Then sit in the middle of your mat, spacer between the knees, move your feet pretty far out so that you can get up on your sitting bones. Grab your high back legs, use your arms to help you get into neutral spine and engage your abdominals. Lift that tattoo. If you had a little tattoo on your low back, think of that skin of the tattoo dragging up to the waist to help lift that low back. Now we C-curve into half roll back. Inhale, hollow as you squeeze the ball ever so slightly, or the towel, and roll back and curl that tailbone under. Scoop out right here in the front, shoulders down, but you are in that deep curve. You're in that little rowboat kind of position. Inhale, pull the belly backward as you curve forward. Rock on top of sit bones and unravel and lift up to lengthen to neutral. Inhale, hollow and scoop. Exhale, careful of those shoulders. Hold, inhale, deepen the abdominals, navel to the back waist. Your forehead goes towards your knees. Rock on top of sit bones, unravel, lift that low back. Use your arms to help you get into that neutral. One more. Inhale, hollow and scoop. Inhale, curve forward, exhale. Rock onto sit bones, elongate back to neutral. And keep your ball between your knees, roll onto your back. No head support yet, but have it right next to you. We'll be slipping it in, and so just have it placed. Always before you start your classes, get all your props ready, remember, so you don't have to get up or stop. Now, bring the feet right under the knees. Make sure your feet are not wider than your knees, which means they're about a fist apart. So if you put your fist between your inside ankle bones, that's about how far apart your feet are. Do not take them wider. Now lengthen your pubic bone away from your navel. Draw your tailbone in the direction of your feet, lengthening the tailbone to the mat, not pushing it down. You have your small itty bitty space under the waist, but make sure all your back ribs are in contact with your mat in the neutral spine position. And then engage the low belly, bracing across, saran wrapping, seat belting, bracing like a tight trampoline or skin of a drum, nice and taut, right through that low front belly. Then your solar plexus, where the base of your breastbone is, just think of that soft spot sinking a little bit toward the mat so as not to put tension in the back, upper mid-back, and let it just rest there on the mat. Making most of your focus in the lower abdominal area to stabilize your pelvis so it doesn't rock or move unnecessarily. And then we're going to grab that little folded lengthwise towel again. I always like to have it close to me, and bring it up over the solar plexus for some rib cage arms. Our object here is not to lift the back ribs off the mat. Keep all your back ribs on the mat and maintain your neutral pelvis. Inhale, reach back with a nice taut towel. Do not let your towel get limp. You do not need to touch the floor. You just need to elongate behind yourself without lifting your ribs, and then back up over solar plexus. Inhale to reach back. Exhale to return up. One more. Keeping abdominals braced. Inhale to reach back. Nothing moves in the bones. And exhale to come back up. And then place that towel down. And we're going into pelvic tilts. This is just your pelvis moving now. So scoop and hollow the low belly to curl the tailbone and flatten the back waist. No glutes, not much in the way of glutes kicking in yet. More soft. And then roll the tailbone in the direction of the feet. Inhale, exhale, scoop, flattening the waist, and roll to neutral. Now we bridge. Inhale, pelvic curl, roll up to your straight line bridge. Inhale, Heavy chest away from the ceiling. Vertebra by vertebra, roll down and return to neutral. Inhale, pelvic curl first, then roll up. Yes, you're contracting the hamstrings. Pause, feel that straight line from the shoulders to the knees. Inhale, and heavy chest and roll down bone by bone. Exhale, and return to neutral. Let's do one more. Inhale, exhale, pelvic curl, roll up to straight line. Inhale, heavy chest first, and roll down. Exhale. Now when you get back down, slip your head support, your little folded towel under the back of the skull. Make sure it's not under your neck, remember, and then interlace your fingers. Hands behind the head, elbows side diagonal, and we'll go into ab curls or chest lift. Keeping your lower half from the waist down stable, no movement there. Inhale, nod the chin, sink the breastbone away from the chin, fold the chest forward, look at your legs, hold, inhale, and lower, exhale. Inhale, nod, sink to curl, folding at the base of the breastbone. Check you're not tucking as you get to the top. Inhale and lower, exhale. One more. Inhale, nod, sink and curl, stay, and reach forward, grab onto the back legs. Just lift a ½ inch. Check you didn't tuck. Hands behind the head, hold, inhale, and lower, exhale. Last one. Inhale, nod, sink to curl, reach forward, grab on, lift that little ½ inch, check you didn't tuck, hands behind the head, stay this time for 5, and keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower smoothly down. Now we do ab curl with rotation. Remember, we're not wobbling or moving anything below the waist. Inhale, nod, sink to curl the chest forward and stay, check your position. Now pivot to the right diagonal and center. Pivot to the left diagonal, very small movement, center. Pivot to the right diagonal, center. Pivot to the left diagonal, center, hold, inhale, and lower, exhale. Let's do the again, going to the left side first. Inhale, nod, sink to curl, check tailbone down, twist to the left diagonal. Try not to pull your elbows forward. Twist to the right diagonal. Center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center, hold, and lower, exhale. All right, let's remove our ball to the side, and then we're going into leg levitations. Bring your knees and feet together. Move your feet a little bit away from you. Notice I'm picking the pace up from what we did in the last class. Try to stay with me. And we float the right leg to tabletop, keeping it there at a perfect right angle, shin parallel to the ceiling. Try not to wobble your pelvis and keep that neutral, no tuck, as you pick the other leg up to join. Now both legs together. Look at this perfect 90 here with your knees over the crease of your hip. Do not bring it in close over your waist or ribs. Always at this right angle is where you are. Now we do our alternating leg dips or toe dips. Dip the right leg out and down, keeping that same amount of angle in the knee, and lift with control using your abdominals bracing to keep everything quiet. Dip the left toe, inhale, keeping your back ribs on the mat, lift, exhale. Once more each side. Dip the right, inhale, lift, exhale. And dip the left, inhale, and lift, exhale. Now keep your legs together, bring your feet down and put the balls of the feet on the mat with the heels up. But be careful you don't tuck when you do that. Keep your neutral pelvis. Then open your arms to the side in a T shape with the palms toward the ceiling, and we're ready for knee sways. Keeping your legs together. Move your pelvis and legs as a unit as you tip to the right diagonal. Don't go all the way to the floor. Pause and check your back left shoulder blade is on the mat completely, not lifting. And then squeeze your abdominals to bring it center. Tip over to the left diagonal, keeping your right shoulder anchored, and squeeze navel to the back waist to do the initiation of bringing it center. It's always the abdominals that we're focusing in this exercise. Inhale to the right diagonal. Keep your knees and feet together. So yes, one foot comes off the mat. And squeeze back to center. Get your neutral in the center. Then over to the left, inhale. And exhale, squeeze to center. Pause center, put the heels down, move the feet a few inches away from you, reach the arms up, cross hand over hand. Ready for hula. We inhale, nod the chin, sink the breastbone to curl and reach the hands toward the knees. Check your tailbone down, no tuck. Hands outside the right knee, straight across left knee. Exhale right, exhale left. And reach, and reach. And exhale, and exhale. And reach, and reach. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Take it center. Inhale, lower chest and arms, and roll your head a little side to side. We're going to put our spacer back between the knees. And just separate the feet a fist apart. Make sure you're still in your neutral pelvis. Arms alongside, palms to the floor. And we're going to be doing the 100, and I'm going to do a full set of 100 with the feet down. But make sure, if you need to put your head down for a break if your neck starts to get fatigued or tense. Do not at any time look at the ceiling when you're in your ab curl pumping and breathing. Always look forward toward your legs to make sure your head stays over your chest and not fall back. All right, from your neutral, brace your low abdominals nice and tight. Tailbone lengthened. Inhale, nod the chin. As you ab curl, fold the chest and reach the arms off the mat, and check your neutral again, tailbone down. Pump and breathe. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 50. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 80. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 90. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 100. Lower everything down. Roll your head side to side. Remember, if your neck fatigues too much, you always put the head down, keep pumping, breathing, and lift again when you're ready. All right, now let's do our roll-up prep. We'll come to a sit, remove your spacer, grab your TheraBand if you have one, and if you don't, use a very long towel, like a beach size or at least a bath size, and you can maybe do a little bit of it with that. Or you can use your hands behind your back legs as your assist. We're going to go into an open position of the legs, the width of your shoulders or the width of a yoga mat. Flex your feet, move the feet a little bit away from you so you're not jammed up like this. So move them out a little so you can get on your sitting bones, and your knees are just slightly bent here. The knees and toes are toward the ceiling, you're parallel in your legs. Then take your band or big towel, hook it over both feet, choke up close to your ankles. Grab very close so you have lots of tension. Then sit tall over your sitting bones in neutral with your arms straight, palms toward the body. Well, as you roll back, you're trying to keep your arms straight. Do not bend your elbows. And also work on your abdominals as the focus to initiate the roll back and to control and help you come forward in a C curve, which we practiced in our warm-up. Inhale, prepare. Hollow into C curve, and it's like we're doing that half roll back. But you have the band to help you now, so you can go a little further possibly, trying to get your low back at the mat. And then you're in kind of an ab curl here. Then deepen your belly backward as you curve forward and get over your sitting bones. At no time do you flatten the back except when you return to the starting position right here. If you find you're flattening your back, you've gone too far. If your feet pop up off the floor, you've gone too far. So you will pick how far back you go in the curve depending on how strong you are in your abdominals and the control factor. I would rather you do less further back. In Pilates, we have a principle of less is more. So you don't have to go to the extreme to get the benefit. So please pick the version that's most appropriate for you today. Inhale tall. C curve first. Feel that deep abdominal connection. Shoulders down. Start to roll towards your low back. And then stop where you need to. So if you need to stop here, that's fine. If you can get a little lower to your waist, okay. And then deepen your belly backward as you curve forward. Get over sit bones and unravel against your imaginary wall and return to neutral. Inhale, C curve first. Then deepen your low belly to curve your tailbone under and roll towards your back waist. Inhale. Deepen belly backward as you let the band help you pull forward. Keep your arms straight. Rock onto sit bones. Unravel against your imaginary wall. One more time. Inhale. C curve to roll back. Find the mat with your waist if you can. Inhale, looking at your feet, and then curve forward, looking at your belly, and get over your sitting bones and unravel to sit tall. Good job. Keep your band, but roll back down on your back. You can use your head support, and we're going into leg circle, single leg circle. So we'll do a set with the band. We'll do 6 in each direction. So you're going to hook this band over the middle of the foot. Now, you don't choke up like you would for a stretch. You're going to hold looser down, longer band, just enough to feel slight tension, and then elbows on the mat to anchor. Try to straighten your top leg, but draw your tailbone down. Remember, even if your leg moves forward, that's okay. It's most important that you're in neutral pelvis and not in a tuck, because this is not a stretch. So don't, and even in stretching, we don't tuck. All right, now bottom leg ideally is straight, but if you find you're arching your ribs when you straighten your leg, bend it ever so slightly. Now, our object here is not to wobble the pelvis side to side, so that is your focus. That means you must engage those deep abdominals in the low belly area with that saran wrapping or trampoline tautness across the low belly. Now we circle the leg like you're drawing that little circle on the ceiling. Keep it small enough that you can control the pelvic area. Start across. Inhale, circle, exhale, up 1. Inhale, circle, exhale, up 2. Inhale, circle, exhale, up 3. Inhale, circle, exhale, up 4. Inhale, circle, exhale, 1 more. Inhale, circle, exhale, pause and reverse. Out, down, around, across, and up. Always pausing at the top for a split second. 2. Inhale, no pelvic movement. 3. Inhale, small circle, exhale, 4. Inhale, exhale, 5. 1 more. Inhale, exhale, pause and hold, and slip your bottom foot in carefully. We don't want that band to pop you in the face, so be careful as you switch. Find your position on this side, and we're a little different on each side, so you may have to bring the leg even further away if you're tighter on one side than the other, but find the position where you're in neutral. Check your shoulders at this point. Are you hunching? Oops. Yeah, we don't want to do that, so check that. Sink your back ribs so they're just resting on the mat nice and solid. And now start across the body. Inhale, exhale, up 1. Inhale, exhale, and it's smooth. There's no jerky movements in Pilates. 3. Inhale, like you're underwater, and 4. Inhale, exhale, and 5. Last time. Inhale, exhale, pause, and reverse. Out, down, around, across, up. Inhale, exhale, and 2. Trying to keep it smooth all the way around each time. Inhale, exhale, and 4. Inhale, exhale, 1 more. Inhale, exhale, pause at the top, and release your band to the side. Rub out your hands real quick. All right, now we're going to go into rolling like a ball. Make sure nothing's behind you that you can roll onto. Move a little forward to the front of your mat so you have plenty of room behind you. Now remember, in rolling, we're doing a rolling in a curve, and so if you're on a hard floor and it's not carpeted, you want to put cushioning. So you might need to stack some towels lengthwise so that it's a smooth surface but a little bit more cushioning. If you just have a yoga mat on a hard floor, that's not good. So you might need to pause and set that up. And for future, remember, in Pilates, we do these type of exercises where we do spinal articulation. And so it is important to have a little bit of a cushioned surface, not a hard, like against concrete or wood. All right, so we pull into our very tight C curve ball shape. So you want your spine in a C curve, your legs pulled in close. You can grab the front shins, one hand on each shin, close to your lower leg ankle area. Now, nod your chin towards your knees. Now, if this feels like, ooh, I can't get that position, then grab behind and pull the upper legs into you as much as you can and round your spine. You are behind your sitting bones a little bit. We're not in a neutral, we're in a C curve. But in either case, wherever you choose to grab, you want to be able to balance. So you want to test it. Pick up your feet and see if you can balance in this round, tight ball shape. Right behind your sitting bones is where you're balancing. That's your starting position, remember? And we're going to lead from the low back where your tailbone is and deep in your low belly. Keep your chin towards your chest. Don't jam it, just keep it knotted and keep looking at your belly. And you're only rolling to the upper mid-back shoulder shelf. Never roll onto your neck or head. So do not use momentum. No swinging. There's no momentum. You curve deeper to start the roll. Inhale, forward. Exhale to that balance point, trying not to put your feet down, and hold for a few seconds. Roll. Inhale, exhale, hold and balance. And don't worry, if you're struggling, it does take time. Just keep practicing. Roll. Inhale, exhale. You're trying not to feel like you have that bump where you missed part of it. So you have to really deepen your curve if you're feeling that. Really scoop more and round more. The more you round, the easier the rolling is, which is good. Inhale, deepen the curve. So I felt a little bump. That's why I thought to say that to you, because my back's a little tight right now. So I have to really round it out to roll. And then it starts to open up for me a little bit better. One more. Inhale, exhale, and then put your feet down, open your knees side, and round over your legs for a quick little stretch. Take a deep breath. Exhale, and roll up. Scoot your hips to the center of your mat and roll back down on your back. You can use your little head support for this next section. Underneath the back of the skull, neck free to float. Go into your neutral spine and pelvis. And we're going into our abdominal block, single leg stretch, double leg stretch, crisscross. We want to maintain a neutral pelvis throughout, no wobbles, no tuck. One at a time, lift your legs tabletop 90-90. Hands on top of knees. Inhale, prepare, nod the chin. Sink the breastbone, ab curl to look forward, and check you didn't tuck. Stretch your left leg on an up diagonal as your hands both go to the right knee. Simultaneously switch. So only the legs are moving, switch. And exhale, switch. Keep your focus towards your legs, switch. Do not look at the ceiling, switch. Pelvis is stable in neutral, switch. No tuck, switch. One more, and switch. And bring the legs in, grab behind, lower your chest as you hug in, roll your head a little side to side. Now we're going to do the double leg stretch prep. Move your legs to tabletop, tailbone down, hands on top of knees. We're going to ab curl and straighten the legs to that little turned out Pilates V, letter V, with the heels together. And when we do that, we're reaching our arms to the 100 position a few inches off the mat as we ab curl. So we're doing 3 things at once: straightening the legs, reaching the arms, and looking forward in ab curl. Then you hold and reach the arms up without letting your head go back. Reach alongside again, and then bend and lower to starting position. So this is a prep. Inhale, prepare, nod. Ab curl as you reach the arms and straighten the legs to Pilates V. And you can always take your legs a little higher if you need to. Then hold as your arms go up, but don't take your focus up. Keep your focus down toward your belly. Then reach alongside again and bend and lower the chest as you bend the knees. Inhale, nod. Ab curl, straighten the legs, heels together, or look forward. Hold as the arms go up, keep looking forward. Inhale, alongside again, exhale, and bend and lower. One more time. Inhale, nod, lift, and reach. Exhale, arms up, keep looking down, arms alongside, and bend and lower. All right, now the crisscross. The prep for this would be the ab curl with rotation, but lifting one leg at a time into tabletop, twisting toward that lifted leg is the prep in case you feel that the full version is a little too much for you at this point in the semester. And that's okay. You can always use this option of the prep until you get a little stronger. So again, the prep is you twist to the right as you pick up the right leg to tabletop, but don't tuck. So only go to that 90, and then you put it down as your chest comes center, but I'm not lowering down in between. And then you lift and twist and back to center. But I'm going to do the full version, and you go with me if you feel ready to do that. So everybody interlace behind the head. Now, if you're doing the prep, you keep your feet down. If you're going with me for full version, lift the legs one at a time, tabletop. Now, everybody nod, sink to curl, and hold. Now, as we twist to the right, those of you going with me for full version, you're straightening the left leg as you twist to the bent right leg. Then simultaneously switch the legs as you twitch left. So you're always going toward the bent leg. Switch and twist. Switch and twist. Making sure you don't wobble the pelvis. Twist. Switch and twist. Exhale, twist. Exhale, twist. Two more. It's very smooth, no jerky moves. And now bend both legs, grab behind, lower, and hug in. Rock a little side to side in your pelvis. Good job. Now we're going to put the feet down one at a time, roll to your side. We're going into a basic back extension, so you're going to lay on your stomach. Place yourself on your stomach with the legs extended together, parallel. Place your hands crossed in front of you on your towel and place your forehead on your hands. And then we want to organize in a good neutral even though we're on our stomach. Same principles. So your two front pelvic bones, pubic bone, level on the mat. So you have to gently kind of think about that, press them into the mat. Lift your navel to engage your abdominals. Lift your kneecaps away from the floor to get those legs actively together. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. And now we're going to lift the right leg 1 inch off the mat, keeping the knee straight. Pulse from the back leg, the hamstring, a little bit, 1 or 2 inches, and just pulse there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg and keeping the pelvis anchored, lift the left leg 1 or 2 inches and pulse from the back leg. 1. Keep the knee straight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower. Now bend your right knee and flex the right foot. You want just a right angle at the knee, and without lifting your pelvic bones off the mat, just your upper thigh lifts 1 inch off the mat and down. It's like your heels going to the ceiling. It's a very small movement because I don't want to lift my pelvic bones, okay? So we lift the knee up a little and down. Press. You'll feel those hamstrings working. Press. Press. One more. Press. Extend the leg to the other leg. Now, without tipping your pelvis, bend the left knee at a right angle. Flex the left foot. And now the back left leg is going to work. Lift, hamstring, and lower. Just the knee 1 inch off the mat and down. Lift, lower. Don't open to the side. Don't tip the pelvis or arch. Keep your navel lifted in and up. Press, one more. Press and extend. Now go to the Pilates V. Turned out, heels together. Separate that V about 3 to 4 inches apart in an open V. Make sure your pelvic triangle is on the mat, pubic bone and front pelvic bones, and lift your navel and draw your shoulders away from your ears. Keeping your forehead on your hands, we're lifting only the upper back.
So your upper back and chest hover off the mat, inhale, and lower, exhale. Upper back only, inhale, hover, keep looking at your mat, and lower. And one more, inhale, hover, and lower. Now we're going to do a couple adding the legs with the upper back. Be sure to do it smoothly. Legs and upper back, inhale, hover. Now you're in kind of a bow shape, like a little arc or a boomerang shape, and lower down. And arc the two ends, very small movement, and lower. Now place your hands by your ribs. Use your abdominals to push up and back, round into C curve, and sit back to our rest position to stretch out the back. Forehead relaxed down, arms extended, toes together, knees apart, and round out that back. Take 2 deep breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, roll up and move to the center of your mat in a 4-point position. This is your 4-point kneel. You want your hands the width of your shoulders right under your armpits and shoulders, and you want your knees about a fist apart right under the crease of your hip socket so it looks like literally a table. The legs should be right under the table. We don't want the legs out away from the table like this. That's not a good angle. Or the hands too far forward, not a good angle, the table would fall. So we want it right under the joints. Now, we want a flat back neutral to start, but we want to be careful here of the upper body, which tends to be weak. So we want to lift our breastbone away from the mat. Oh yeah, that helps right away. Then we look diagonally forward of our hands, 2 feet in front of the hands, so we get our head up in line. Very important. Now, if this still bothers your wrist, you can always roll one end of a yoga mat if you have it, or your towel, your larger towel, and put the heel of your hand on the front fold of the towel to take pressure off the wrist. So if that is something you need to do, just until you get stronger, then yes. But positioning is everything. And we always say in Pilates that the position you're in is 90% of the exercise. All right, now from this good position, looking in front of your hands about 2 feet, we're going to round into cat stretch. So you round and arch your back, curving your tailbone under, and your head goes down, so you have like a cat stretch. And then lengthen back out in both directions, return to neutral. Scoop into your cat stretch and lengthen. Now, with flying table, we take the right arm and opposite left leg, slide them carefully out without wobbling, and then lift in line with your spine. Hold for 5, breathing 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly return without any wobbles and reestablish your position. Check it. And then your left arm, right leg, lengthen without wobbling. In line with your spine. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly return without wobbling. Keeping your position, tuck your toes under. Now don't arch or round your back. Keep it neutral. Hover your knees 1 inch off the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, untuck toes, round your back to cat, and sit back to rest position again. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Roll up. Now we go into spine stretch. Transition quickly to a seated position, legs extended forward, and open them apart the width of your yoga mat or your shoulders. Rock a little to find your sitting bones. If you are not able to get up into neutral against your imaginary wall on your sitting bones with your legs straight, then ever so slightly bend the knees, keeping your heels on the mat and your toes and knees parallel toward the ceiling. Arms are extended, palms toward each other at shoulder height, and you're lifting into your neutral. We're going to round up and over curve into spine stretch. We're not going backward at all. So imagine you're against a wall. Inhale, lengthen through the top of the head. You're going to do that up over candy cane hook. Your arms simply reach forward. So they're parallel to the floor, and they kind of reach between your legs. And then you're pulling your belly backward in opposition as you curve forward. Check you don't hunch your shoulders. Inhale, roll from your low back, stacking your bones against your imaginary wall. Don't overshoot it and lean backward, right? We want to get on our sitting bones. Again, inhale, up and over curve. Reach forward as you curve forward. Now pull the navel into the back waist and start rolling up bone by bone, stacking against your wall. And the head is the last thing to come back on top. Inhale, up and over curve, reach forward. Inhale, roll it up, exhale. And then this time stay and open your arms side. Now we're going to do the saw. Twist towards your right leg, keeping the arms open, and you're only twisting from above the waist. Do not move your pelvis or your legs. You inhale, rotate to the diagonal. Now, if you're twisting toward the right leg, your left arm comes across. You curve up and over to that leg as you look back and reach back, turning the palm of the back arm to face toward your body, basically, or toward as if it was facing your body. It's behind your body, but your palm's facing that where the body would be. And then as you roll up, you return to your twisted position in neutral, and then you open the front arm and bring it all center. Twist to your left leg diagonal. You reach the right arm across, and I'm rotating this back arm, palm facing toward the back wall, and I'm reaching across that little toe on the outside. I'm looking down and back so I'm not jutting my chin up like this. That would be a lot of strain on the neck. So I'm looking down and back. Now check that you don't rock off your sit bones, both sit bones anchored equally. Then roll up to your twisted position, rotate that back arm back to palms forward, and then open the front arm. As you start opening it, you follow with your body and come center. Now we'll do it a little quicker. Twist to the right, inhale, saw across, exhale, roll up to the twist, inhale, open the arm and follow it to center, exhale, twist to the left, inhale, saw across, look down and back, roll up to the twisted position, start the front arm, follow it with your body. Inhale, twist, exhale, saw, inhale, up to the twist, back to center. Inhale, twist, saw across, roll up, and back to center. Then interlace the hands behind the head. Now this is a directly side lateral bend from above the waist called side dip. So from above the waist, lift up and over, dip to the right, but do not lift the left sit bone. It's like you're sliding along your wall with your back. And back to center. Dip up and over to the left, do not lift the right sit bone, and lift coming along your wall, never pulling forward off your wall. And up and over, dip, and lift to center, and up and over, dip, and lift to center. Reach up and grab forward into a stretch, in a spine stretch. Hold, grab whatever you can, shins, ankles, feet. Pull the belly back, get a nice stretch here. Inhale, exhale, roll up, shake your legs together. Bend your knees, no head support for this one. Roll onto your back, knees and feet together, arms alongside you. We're doing the shoulder bridge prep. You're going to curl up to your bridge with your legs together, and then we're going to lift one leg to a tabletop, keeping that shape. We're going to do little toe dips, maintaining our bridge so you don't drop your pelvis or tip it. Here we go. Inhale, pelvic curl. Roll up to bridge in a straight line. Feel the legs together. Now keeping the bridge up and level, pick your right leg up to a perfect tabletop. Tap the toe, inhale, lift it, exhale. Tap it, inhale, lift it, exhale. Tap it, inhale, lift and stay. Foot next to foot. Sink the chest and roll down bone by bone. Return to neutral. Other side, inhale, pelvic curl, roll up to bridge, stack up in that bridge, hips up and level, and now lift your left leg, perfect tabletop. Tap it, inhale,
lift it, exhale. Tap it, inhale. Lift it, exhale. Tap it, not dropping or tipping. Lift and stay. Foot next to foot. Sink the upper chest. Roll vertebra by vertebra and unravel down. One at a time, lift the legs, grab behind, and then hug in and rock your pelvis a little side to side. Ease out your back. Take a deep breath. Exhale and roll to your side. All right, right into side line. Let's stack up in a straight line from head to toe. You can mirror me and face the same way. Face me with your head in the same direction so you can follow easily. And stack your legs up. I like to use the head support between the head and arm with the palm toward the ceiling. Kickstand this top hand close to the body like a kickstand. And then bring your legs together parallel with the legs lined up with the front of the pelvis. Never let the legs get behind you. Again, that puts strain on the back. Then lift under your bottom waist ever so slightly because we don't want to sag our low ribs and just collapse. So there is a feeling of your underneath obliques, those muscles on the side body, those abdominals that are on the side area, those have to lift a little, just a little bit there. Top shoulder down. Now, top leg inhale, bottom leg goes to it. The ankles are together for a second and both come down with control. This is your staggered lifts. Top leg inhale, just to hip bone height. Don't go way up here. Right at hip bone height. And other leg goes to it. You hold a second and you never drop the legs. You always control them down. Top leg inhale, bottom leg to it. Hold it and both come down. Now keep your legs together. Both legs lift, exhale and lower. Now this is uncomfortable. Keep going. Lift on your bottom hip bone. Then you would want to get one of your bath towels and maybe add a little cushioning under your mat right there so that it doesn't bother you too much. It depends on what kind of surface you're on. Last one, hold. Now bottom leg beats to top leg. And 1, 2, 3. We'll do 8, 5, 6, 7. And hold 8. Slowly down. Bend your knees 90-90. Top leg straight out in line with your top pelvic bone. Parallel, top leg, nice and active here. If I came and tried to push your leg down, I shouldn't be able to. And then flex that top foot. We're doing side kick. Pendulum your leg forward without moving your pelvis. Exhale, exhale. You're creasing right in that hip. You point the foot and go ever so slightly behind the pelvis as you reach the leg back. But be careful not to bend the knee or pitch forward in your upper body. Also keep your pelvic bones stacked even when your leg goes back. Don't let your pelvis rock backward. All right, here we go. Flex forward, exhale, exhale. Point, reach back, inhale. Forward, exhale, exhale. Reach and stretch. Exhale, exhale. Reach and stretch. Exhale, exhale. Reach and stretch. One more. Exhale, exhale. Reach and stretch. And now take the leg straight out again. Parallel pointed foot. And we do a tiny circle forward for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse direction and 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee and lay knee next to knee. And then push to a sit. Before we do the other side, we're going to go into a 4-point kneel and into a partial plank, or what we call in Pilates, front support. So go into your 4-point. Get that good neutral spine and pelvis, navel lifted away from the mat, but the bones of the back are neutral. And then walk your hands about 2 feet forward. Bring your shoulders over your hands so you're in a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. So I don't want to sag my pelvis down too low, and I don't want to stick my butt up too high. I want it all in a straight line from knees to shoulders. And you're just holding this with your head in alignment, looking forward, and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round and sit back to rest position. Take 1 breath. Inhale. Exhale. Roll up, and now we'll go to the other side for side lying. And you stretch out on your other side. Bottom arm extended, palm up.
Head support between head and arm. Make sure your legs are parallel together, lined up with the front of the pelvis. Your pelvic bones are stacked, top pelvic bone over bottom pelvic bone. Kickstand your top hand close to your body and draw that top shoulder away. Lift ever so slightly under your bottom waist and saran wrap across the low belly front. Now keeping your legs parallel with the knees extended completely, not relaxed, but extended actively. Now lift the top leg to hip bone height only. It's a small movement. Bottom leg goes to it. They're together and both down. Top leg inhale, bottom leg exhale, both down. Top leg inhale, bottom leg exhale, both down. Last one, top leg inhale, bottom leg exhale. And now both at the same time. Squeeze up as a unit and lower with control. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Squeeze it up. Control it down. This time, lift and stay. Bottom leg beats and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold 8. Slowly lower. Good. Bring the legs to a 90-90 chair position, shins parallel to the edge of your mat. Take your top leg straight out in line with your top pelvic bone parallel. And then you're going to flex that top foot, and without moving your pelvis at all, we do our side kick. Forward, exhale, exhale. Point the foot to reach slightly back, but not changing your trunk. Forward, exhale, exhale. Bracing those abdominals, reach back, inhale. Forward, exhale, exhale, reach and stretch. Forward, exhale, exhale, reach and point to stretch. And one more, exhale, exhale, and reach and stretch. And take it straight out, parallel in line with your hip. Forward circle, small, 1. Don't move the pelvis, 2, 3, and 4. Reverse direction, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Bend the knee, lay it down, stretch the legs out, roll on your stomach, and we're going to do the swimming. Take your body in its neutral on your stomach and open your legs a little bit apart in an open V, turned out V, but open slightly. Arms extend above you, palms toward the floor, just ever so slightly wider than your shoulder width, and this is kind of like a Superman position. You're going to keep your belly tight underneath so your pelvis stays anchored. Lift your right arm and left leg, so opposition, right arm, left leg off the mat, and then simultaneously switch sides, left arm, right leg, and switch, switch. Trying not to wobble through your trunk, tight belly underneath, and a little quicker, switch, 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 switch. Now if you can, go into this little flutter. Switch, 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 switch. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and rest. Hands by ribs, push up and back, round your back, and sit back to rest position. One more time here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Single leg kick. This is another back extensor exercise. But if it bothers your back, you have the option of crossing the hands like we did earlier and placing the forehead on the hands. In either case, you're on your stomach, legs together, parallel, kneecaps lifted. And you can either cross here or, the full version, go onto your elbows with your elbows under your shoulders, clasp your hands in the middle, push your forearms into the mat. Lift your navel away from the mat, but your pubic bone does stay on the mat. Don't pick your pelvis up, okay? Now, with your legs straight to start and your head in line with your spine on the diagonal, you're going to flex your right heel towards your glute, a little pulse, point to place the leg down with control. Don't slam it. Flex the left towards your glute, a little pulse contracting your hamstring in the back leg, and point to place it down. And we're going to alternate and do it fairly vigorously or quickly, but always with control. Here we go. Right leg. Flex. Exhale, exhale, point down. Alternate. Exhale, exhale, point down. Flex, pulse, point down. Flex, pulse, point down. Flex, pulse, one more. Flex, pulse, point. Lower down. Use your belly. Round as you push back. It's rest position. Deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Roll up to 4-point position quickly, and we'll do a cat stretch. Round into cat stretch. Lengthen to neutral. Round into cat stretch. Lengthen to neutral. Last time. Round into cat stretch and roll up. Now you're going to get your sitting pads and a TheraBand if you have it. If you don't have a TheraBand, you can do it without the band, and just think of using like you're moving through thick water or mud, and use that image of internal resistance, or because a towel won't have a lot of give, so you'll have trouble with a towel. All right, we're going to take the band and hold it slightly wider than shoulder width, a little below shoulder height, wrist straight, thumb side pressing out slightly so you don't break inward. You want to organize in a good neutral here throughout, never slumping, always working your posture muscles. All right, we press out to the side wall without flexing. Don't break the wrist. And control. Now remember, you can always hold your band longer for less tension or choke up for more tension. You pick the tension that's appropriate for you based on how you feel today. Exhale, pull. Control it forward. Exhale, pull. And forward. Exhale, pull. And forward, and then reach up to ribcage arm. Now you're going to pull sideward, band goes in front of your face to your chest, palms toward the front, wall to wall, and then up with control, not hunching the shoulders at all. Exhale, pull side, palms forward, no break in the wrist, and slowly up. No popping in the band. It always goes to tautness, never limp. We don't go limp. Exhale, pull. Control it up. One more. Exhale, pull. Control it up. And then we're going to take the flat center of the band around behind your upper mid back and under the arms. So it's like you're going to wrap it around you. Then you're going to choke up on either side a little bit more so that when you bring your elbows in, you have a little teeny bit of a tension. Organize in your neutral. Sit tall in your neutral spine. Reach forward. And then you're going to open side diagonal and come around like you're hugging a large egg. It's kind of an oval shape. Inhale, you're always below shoulder height. See how my hands are coming across from my solar plexus. I'm not up here at my neck. I'm below the shoulders. Inhale, open. Exhale, hug the big egg. We call it hug a tree, but it's more like an oval shape. And trees are typically more round, so I use the image of the egg instead a little bit. And exhale, hug a tree or an egg, and open. One more. Exhale, hug, and bend it in. Just a couple of offerings. You choke up a little more. Tuck your elbows at your waist. I'm going to turn side. And when you're holding it, your elbows are at waist height, palms face up, and a hand at elbow height. You press forward just to shoulder height. Don't go up higher. Just to shoulder height, and bend back in. But you want tension when you bend in, so you might need to choke up more. Exhale, offer it forward, bend it in. Exhale, offer, pull in with control. Keep your posture as your focus. Reach and bend. Exhale, reach and bend. Now slight diagonal incline. Diagonal incline and back to the waist. Exhale, press. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press. Inhale, bend. Last time. Exhale, press. Inhale, bend. Release your band. Take one arm across the chest. Gently press it towards you, but draw the shoulder down to stretch the shoulder. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. And other arm across. Press it gently towards you. Inhale. Exhale. And interlace behind.
Press straight down as you lift through your spine and lift the arms slightly up and back for a little shoulder and chest stretch. And then in front, interlace. Now curve your spine backward in a C curve as you push your arms forward. Get a nice spine stretch here. Rock back to sitting bones and then turn your palms forward. Press gently forward. Might be, I'm kind of tight through there, so just go where you can, don't force it. Then reach up, feel a little stretch there. Open fingertips to the side on the mat, ear toward the shoulder. Keeping that posture, don't slump, and ear to the other shoulder. Keeping that opposite shoulder drawing down. And center, look to your right. And center, look to your left, and center, reach up, inhale, down, exhale, one more, reach up, inhale, and down, exhale. Now reach up and out, side lateral bend, and lift, and up and out, and lift. Now we'll finish off with a few stretches for the legs. So we're going to roll back down on the back. Take your band with you if you have it, or your long bath towel. We'll use it in just a minute. We'll start, though, in neutral with our hip stretch. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Open the right knee. Thread through the middle with your right hand outside of the leg with your left to pull the left leg towards you. Gently pressing the right thigh open. Hip stretch on the right. Deep breaths here. And release. Other side, cross left over right, opening the knee a little, thread through the middle, and then the outside of the right to grab it, pull it towards you, gently pressing the left thigh open for the stretch in the left hip. Deep breaths. Release and uncross. Grab your band or long towel. Let's do our hamstring stretch. Hook the band or towel over the middle of your right foot. Choke up if you have the band. Pull the elbows to the mat. If you have a towel, just grab the ends of the towel and pull down. Then bottom leg can be straight or just slightly bent. In either case, draw your tailbone down. That's where we stretch, is in neutral, not tucked. Leg as straight as you can get it on top. Feel the hamstring stretch and the calf stretch here. And breathe as you keep your shoulders easy down. Then keeping this foot like it's on the ceiling, standing on it, you just bend the knee a little bit, press into the band. Inhale, a little bend. Exhale, press and stay. Turn your top foot inward. You want the sole of your foot facing inward toward your center body, but only from the ankle. Don't think of it, it's just a little rotation. All right, that puts a little more emphasis of stretching the outer lower leg. Then take the leg ever so slightly across the body as well, just to get a little more up the outside leg. Hold and breathe. Return to straight up, foot to normal, and then open a little bit to the side diagonal in opposition, just to get the inner leg. Being careful not to move the pelvis off the mat. Keep it level on its neutral position. Inner thigh stretch. Return to straight up. One more breath here. Bring the bottom foot in first, very carefully. Replace and switch out.
Take a moment, set up the other side, making sure you're in neutral pelvis, not a tuck. Then find that hamstring stretch in the neutral pelvis and hold and breathe. Keeping the foot on the ceiling, take a small bend and exhale, press. And inhale, bend. And exhale, stay. Keep the legs straight, but just turn the sole of your foot inward, sole of the foot toward the center body. Keeping that foot turned inward, also take the leg ever so slightly across the body. Return to straight up and return the foot to normal. Take a real small little bend. Keep your tailbone lengthening away from your waist and then stretch. And now gently open to the outer diagonal for inner thigh stretch, keeping that pelvis still anchored on the mat. Return up to normal for another breath. Softly bend both knees, carefully releasing your tension. Remove your band and rub out your hands. Lotion them up a little just to release any of that tension. Now grab behind your back right leg. Hug it very close to your chest and ribs. Keeping it there, slide your opposite left leg out straight along the mat. Just let your low back sink into the mat. Deep breath. Bring your bottom leg in, grab behind, hug it close to your chest and ribs, and slide the opposite leg out straight on the mat. Deep breath. Hug both legs in one more time. Gently, a small little rock, easing the low back. Roll gently to your side, push to sit, grab your sitting pads, and come to your seated one more time. Cross-legged in your neutral, rock a little, find your sit bones, organize on top, and lift and lengthen. Find your neutral. And inhale, arms up, float the hands to the thighs, exhale, and then just notice how you feel. And hopefully some positive changes have happened in your body, but also in your state of mind. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.